Hi, this is Elitam Elamine, and I'm here in Caesarea, Israel, and I'm here with Netta Cohen. And what we're going to talk about is detoxify. However, what we're going to do, take it to another level of, what's that word?
We're going to dethoughtsify.
Detoxify. And that should actually come before the physical detoxification. Because one of the things I usually talk about dealing with fasting, one of the hardest fasts around is mental fasting. Really getting your thoughts together to better your health, better your overall life. So, since you made up this word, she made it up out of nowhere one day, or it came out of her, I'll let you go ahead and begin, because she did a beautiful video on detoxification. But when she brought up this detoxify, it's so real that I'll let you go ahead and take it away.
All right, thank you. So I'm Netta Cohen, and I help people get a clear mind, clear body, or a clear home. So those are the three things I do. This detoxify is going to come into the clear mind part of life.
The clear mind.
Yeah, so that's where we're heading, is a clear mind.
Absolutely.
Now people, a lot of times they'll come and they'll say, I want peace of mind, right? And every time you always say, meditation is the foundation of everything. And you say, meditation is the medication.
Right.
So it's all about meditation because that starts with the mind. So that's where we're going to start too, with the mind.
That's where we're going to start with the mind.
So just like detoxify, we're used to that word.
Right.
And it's getting the poisons and the toxins and the crap and the blockages, all that stuff. We're getting that out of the physical body. Everybody's used to that.
Right.
So now, but what about the mind? The mind is even more important than the body.
Listen at this now, the mind.
Yeah, so how you detoxify your body, you know, you can decide on some plans and do some stuff.
Right.
But your mind has got to be the one driving that vehicle anyway.
Right.
There's my vehicle, my mind's driving.
There's a mind and body connection, but there's also, I've seen in neuroscience, a mind and body problem. This is what's taking place. So we want to straighten out that problem.
Absolutely. We're going to work on our mind first, detoxify,
Detoxify.
and then the detoxify. That's just going to flow naturally out of our renewed mind. All right.
And here we are again. We just teleported from the water and came up this way. This is what praying people could do. Now, Netta, you was on the mind.
Yes. Let's start with the mind, and we'll let things flow from there.
All right, gotcha.
So first of all, here's the thing. Somehow, people has begun to think that when you meditate, you're not supposed to have any thoughts.
Right.
Well, that's a problem.
That's a problem right there.
Because thoughts are okay.
They're okay.
Let's just tell them, thoughts are okay.
Thoughts are okay. That's a big myth if you think you're going to get rid of them.
Absolutely. If you get rid of all your thoughts for a long time, you probably ain't going to be here with us.
Exactly.
A little while, every now and then, yeah. But long term, you're probably not going to be here.
And I'm glad you're bringing that up, because that's a big misconception when somebody new here about meditation and they say get rid of all thoughts.
Absolutely.
So right there, you don't even want to learn about meditation.
So let's remember, thoughts are okay.
They're okay.
All right. Now, let's get back to the detoxify and the thoughtsify.
Right.
All right. So now, when I tell somebody it's time for you might want to detox. That means they've got some stuff in their body that needs to come out. Now, I'm not saying you, the person, are toxic. I'm not saying you are toxic. I'm saying there's some poison and toxin, some crap that needs to come out. Right. All right. Same thing with thoughts. Your thoughts are not bad. You're not bad because you have some bad thoughts. Right. You're not bad. And in fact, your mind is this beautiful vehicle to experience consciousness.
Here we are.
So you're whole and complete just the way you are. And you might not be experiencing it. So this is where we get to work on our mind.
Exactly.
So we can, the mind, to me, has like two big functions, all right? One is to get all the information from the five senses so I can get my body and roll around and be safe and grow up, right? So five sense information, be safe.
Right.
You know? And then my ego develops a little around in there because I want to be safe emotionally, you know.
And like the old folks used to say, just because birds fly over your head, don't mean you have to let them build a nest in your head.
Right,
Same with thoughts.
Absolutely. So thoughts are okay. My mind has got this function to take care of me. Look at the 5 sense world and make some choices, right?
Right.
Now that's the first part of the mind. But there's this whole other, deeper, more expanded part of the mind that's really awesome.
Here we go.
And that is when the 5 senses get clarified, then you can start to hear the music behind the words better. You can start to see that beauty in the flower a little bit better.
Right.
Your whole body, you know, your whole body.
Sort of like getting your taste buds back working.
Yes, you get to like refine and clarify things. Well, in this case, your consciousness is expanding and your 5 senses can do a little bit better too.
Now look what she's saying, your consciousness expanding.
Yes.
Your awareness expanding.
Yes, and so your 5 senses, they can actually take it up a notch.
Right.
You can see more beauty. It's all about joy. The mind, its job, it just wants to be happy. It's seeking just joy and happiness.
It's joy and happiness. The number 1 law is pleasure. We live in a realm of pleasure, and that's what we see.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. So here we got our mind is trying to keep us safe, and then we got a bigger part of the mind that's really just wanting to feel our consciousness,
Yes.
our growth in our consciousness. So we got 2 things going on at the same time. That's where you put your focus or your attention is what you're going to experience.
Exactly.
So I'm going to draw a picture in the sand.
Here we go.
I'm going to show you a little bit about the mind.
Look at this all natural chalkboard.
That's right. I've been teaching these ascension techniques my whole life, and here's part of the teaching. So first, let's just say the mind is like a big circle, and when you're born, you have this beautiful empty mind. And let's say if you've ever looked in a baby's eyes, it's like infinity. Nothing in the way. So we have a clear mind, and there's this clear experience, and I'm just going to put the infinity symbol there because that's like source. That's love. That's just where we come from. That's the biggest part of our mind. And when we're little babies, that's what it seems like. And then all of a sudden, stuff starts happening. Oh, got my first heartache. Oh, I was in a car wreck. Something happened to my body.
Wow.
Love hurts.
So those like the traumas.
Yeah, we got some trauma. And we got some good stuff too. But basically, our mind just starts getting filled up with good and bad and otherwise.
Wow.
And all this stuff. And what's down here, it just kind of, it's there, but it starts getting covered up with all this crap.
Oh, man.
Now, here's what happens. On a 24-hour period, most people are just going to stay out here on the surface of the mind. And here's what it sounds like. What am I going to eat for lunch? I'm hungry already. I'm thirsty. I'm in the desert. How fat my thighs, my eyes
Say
are.
repetition.
Repetition. It's where am I going to get my money? Where am I going to get my food? What about my house?
All that stress.
All that stress is out here on the outside of the mind trying to stay safe, trying to survive in the world.
Oh my God.
We stay out here on the outside, and out here, let me tell you, 60 to 70,000 thoughts in a 24-hour period.
Every day.
Every 24 hours.
Every 24 hours?
24
Whoa.
hours, 60,000 mind thought impulses running through there.
Oh my gosh.
Now this is the world, and the mind this is the...
And all of that trauma actually pushed the thoughts out to a survival, fear-based frequency.
Absolutely, absolutely. You got a little groove in here, got a little groove, you know, that I'm not lovable from your first heartbreak.
Right.
Somebody comes along, might be just Mr. Wonderful. But you start talking, all of a sudden these little thoughts come up from down here deep. I'm not lovable.
They're still in there from all those years.
And before you know it, it'll be out here, and you'll push Mr. Wonderful right onto somebody else.
It happens so many times.
So many times. So here's our situation. But it's not hopeless. Thank goodness.
All right.
Because the wind's going to come and blow all that away.
Listen at this now. This is very good.
So here we got, let's start a new mind. Let's start a new picture.
A new mind, a new consciousness.
Yes. Now, like I said, this experience of source of infinity is still there. It never went anywhere.
Right.
But it got covered up and we stayed on the surface of the mind. What we want to do is DETHOUGHTSIFY.
DETHOUGHTSIFY.
So what we do, we still gonna have some stuff in here, all right? This is just human life. This is near the beginning of your meditation practice.
Right.
You find yourself a meditation practice that starts from the surface of the mind that will take you to a deep level of the mind. Like Ellie Tom says, meditation is the foundation, and as the meditation is the medication. You find something to take you from here to here, and you do it as often as you can, and your thoughts will change. Now, I teach a technique that helps do this, and what we do is we start on the outside of the surface of the mind, and then this technique goes right down here to the bottom. Then you're going to have some healing, and the technique brings you out. You have some more thoughts, and you're kind of like out and in on this thing. Well, what happens as you meditate and as you heal, you make some paths in and out to this deep part of your mind.
Ah, wonderful.
Wow, isn't that great? So you start making some inroads and some outroads.
Right.
You get from the surface of what am I going to eat, how am I going to pay the bills, down to I am source.
You're the source.
I'm the source,
Just
infinity, power,
Absolutely.
health, happiness, joy, bliss, everything. It's right down here waiting on us to get there. So what we want to do is we want to find a practice that'll help us get here. And meanwhile, there's a few helpful hints.
Ah, here we go.
Come on over, Ellie
Pay
Tom.
attention.
We got some few helpful hints. We already said one, thoughts are okay.
They're okay.
We already said that we're going to have some thoughts going 60 to 70,000 a day, and in the deeper part of us, we still have infinity. We still have that beautiful source energy.
Right.
All right, so all we got to do is look where we're looking. The first thing to do is look, watch your thoughts. Just watch, just observe them.
Just observe them.
Just like turning on the television, you got a channel playing. Look what channel you're playing. Just stop long enough to watch your thoughts.
Oh, awesome.
Just stop.
Don't even give them no energy.
No,
don't judge them.
Just watch. It's a TV channel. You can change it.
Right.
It ain't no big deal.
Oh my gosh.
So you just watch those thoughts, and then you go, it's on a channel. It's on the Hunger Channel.
Interesting.
It's on the Sex Channel.
Yeah.
Whatever my thoughts are, it's just on the Garbage Channel. Just rolling around all the time. Ads.
Right.
It's just ads for everything.
And they're nothing but energy, and energy loves to move.
Right, it's going to move.
It won't stay there.
Absolutely. So you first of all just tune in. Now let me ask, if everybody had a volume button on their head and they turned it up full blast so everybody in the world could hear every thought you had, would you change your thinking? How quick would it take you to change your thinking?
Exactly.
So I'm saying some of that stuff comes up because you're used to thinking it, and it's just an old pattern. It just comes up all the time. And then some stuff, you got some new thoughts, some fears or whatever, and somewhere along the line too, you got some great stuff.
And I guess that's what people get stuck at, because it's that pattern you said that keep popping up.
Yeah.
So people really think that that's them.
Yes, you think you are your thoughts. And somebody says, well, I thought I'd do something horrible, you know, whatever, and they get so upset because they had the thought.
Right.
Well, what about your last fart?
Yeah.
You know, it's like some of them are strong and silent, just like thoughts, you know. And some of them are real stinky, real bad.
Right.
And so this is like your thoughts. If you look at your thoughts more like your farts, it wouldn't be as big a deal.
It wouldn't be as big as a deal.
You know, thoughts are okay. It's all right. They look and feel different, smell different.
Right.
So what you want to do, if you can, gently, easily, over time, start to choose your thoughts.
Right.
And start to think on the beautiful things. Think on the good things.
And that's good to know, because you're basically talking another process.
Yes, we're going to
gently over time.
Yes, gently over time. Use your meditation practice. Be in nature. Be in stillness for a minute. Watch your thoughts. See what happens. And when you can and when you want to, drop a new thought.
Right.
Love is all around me. Or in the world, great. Or whatever, this beautiful flower, whatever it is, start reprogramming the mind with the beautiful. And when you don't give so much resistance and pressure on your bad stuff, it'll just kind of go away. You know, if you resist it and fight it, it's going to have to fight you.
I was just talking to somebody I knew recently, and just by talking to them, I know their thoughts can't come
Of course, yes.
So it's just like, this is real. A physical detoxification, you can see a person look different, but just by talking to a person, you can see that there was a detoxification of thoughts. It even happened to myself. We clean up our thoughts. You start living differently, thinking differently, seeing things differently, and this changes your whole reality.
Yes. If you didn't think, just imagine if your thoughts were turned up, would you change them? If everybody could hear them, would you change them?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, you're talking to yourself more than anybody. So those are the messages you're hearing all day long. So let's try to clean that up. That's one thing. Talk to myself like I'm my own best friend.
Right.
Right? That's one thing. Another thing is when you've got some strong feelings, emotions, upset or something.
Right.
I call it taking out the trash. You just got a bunch of trash coming up and you just cleaning out the house. You're cleaning out your brain. You got a bunch of trash thoughts.
Right.
Well, everybody starts thinking, well, I'm trash because I'm thinking all these trashy thoughts. Well, listen, it's just trash that needs to be taken out.
Exactly.
The trash needs to be taken out. So here, you want to see me take out the trash? Here's how I take out the trash. I pretend nobody's listening.
Right.
And I just let the trash come out.
Just let it come on
Let's
out.
just let it come out. Now, I'm not going to say anything to make myself believe it or to think I'm right about it.
Right.
That's not what we're doing.
That's not what we're doing.
We're just taking the trash out. All right. So I can take the trash out anytime I want, and it's quick and easy, and it's kind of fun.
Right.
So I'm going to take the trash out for 10 seconds. I'm not as good as Ellie Tom. I shouldn't be doing this. What am I doing? He's a great teacher, and I'm not. What's a tiny thing like me? I'm going to look fat on camera. I'm too old. You know, like here's the trash coming out. None of it's true.
Right. None of it's true.
None of it's true. It's just the chatter, the brain, the old stuff, and it doesn't even impact me because I can just take that and take out the trash and let it go.
Right.
And the wind just blew it away.
Right.
Now what's real? What's real?
Exactly.
I'm light. I'm your sister.
Right.
We're source.
That's it.
It's a beautiful time.
And look at everything she's saying is basically we're biocomputers. You can upgrade or download a new application of thoughts. Get rid of the old system. See, they use a term in spirituality called ego. And again, like we were saying, stopping your thoughts on the beginning, they also got a term about killing your ego, getting rid of your ego, but that's not what it's about. An ego is a person. Now listen at this. And a person, what's the definition of a person? It's a program. All of us are under programs or bio machines. So you can actually go from one program to another program. Detoxifying the last, going into a new. And this is what it's all about. Really changing ourselves, making these transformations. It's a process of, you know, taking a new download, but it can be done.
Absolutely. So just like all that stuff got put in your mind, all that stuff can be released from your mind.
Right.
And we put in a new program of I keep what I need. I keep what serves me, and I let everything else go. And you find ways to let everything else go. You can take out the trash. You can meditate. You know, you can have music. You can have so many breathing techniques will clear the mind.
Right.
So many, many ways. But my point is, when an average person has 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day,
wow,
you want to learn how to navigate and to, if you don't have peace of mind, I want you to have peace with your mind.
Exactly.
That you know how to work with it, and that your mind and body and your energy can all play and work well together.
Right.
That we can let go of what doesn't serve us and we can bring in the new what does serve us. So that deep part of the mind can actually, you know, refine, our senses can be refined, and we can enjoy things more, and we can experience our own consciousness and our connectedness.
Right.
Because that's the deeper, refined level of the mind,
right there.
and that's where we're going. And so I got one more thing that I hope will help people on the pranic path.
Right.
I think we're gonna. I hope this might be the last circle. We'll see. All right. So we got the mind. Remember, we got the beautiful mind, and we have our deep, unending experience.
Right.
Source right there. And
Right
we got
there.
some other stuff. We got some experiences and beliefs and stuff like that. Now let me tell you, this is the source of all beautiful things, health, energy, beauty.
Potentiality.
Potentiality right here, including divine and beautiful, healthy thought.
Absolutely.
All right? So let's say I have a divine, beautiful, healthy hydration. All right, I get a thought of hydration.
Right.
All right, so this is a beautiful, pure thought. Hydration. All right, then it starts to come up to the surface of the mind. This is the deep part. Starts to come up and it hits. My first heartbreak. I'm not lovable.
Here we go.
It hits. I'm not enough.
Right.
I don't make enough money. And it hits. Oh, my thighs are still too fat.
Right, right.
It hits all this crap that's still in here.
And I like how you're using that as an example, because thoughts is the first phase of physical matter.
Yes.
So it is bouncing off of something.
Yes. It bounces off your whole history, what's still in your mind, body, system. Comes out here to the surface of the mind where you have the chance to say something or take action.
Right.
And so you've come from pure hydration, you've hit up a couple of traumas and things, and when you get out here, what you say you're going to choose to have is scotch on the rocks.
Right. To dumb down.
Dumb down and hit all this stuff, and you're going to be out here thinking you need scotch on the rocks.
Right.
But when the pure thought started off as hydration.
Right.
So what we want to do with our meditation, with our detoxing, and with our life is we want to clear, lighten up some of these harsh patterns. We want to come in here with some new patterns like,
new patterns.
Praise, appreciation, gratitude, love, compassion. We're going to come out here, and when we have a beautiful thought of hydration, it's going to be, oh, I am loved, I am pure, and I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to have some beautiful distilled water with a little lemon slice.
Exactly.
That's right for me, just the amount I need. I'm going to pray, I'm going to bless it first, I'm going to tell it what I need.
Loving yourself.
Loving that water like I'm loving myself. It's just going to come out here. And what might happen after meditating for a while and get myself real clear,
right,
a thought of hydration might come from here, and I'll be standing out here, and guess what happens? Rain. Rain,
I like that.
Brother, rain over everybody. So my pure thought just got manifested. Place of God.
That's awesome what you're saying.
And that's
all the way.
That's the thought.
This is what you're saying. And also, like when you brought up this scotch on the rocks, they say now in medical research, a lot of people have addictions on drugs and alcohol. It's really not the drugs and alcohol. It's the traumas that's within the thought process, and that's what's making them go to those other addictions, in other words. So it's really not the substance, it's the trauma that's in the person. It's trying to be covered up. So again, this is so important on what she's saying, to detoxify.
Absolutely.
And it will better your life on a pranic journey. And pranic just means what?
Energy.
Energy. You want to live the highest quality energy life as possible.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
And for me, detoxifying is really important because I birthed children 8 years ago.
Yes.
And I birthed children 33 and 35 years ago. And I'm so close to 60 years old.
That's awesome,
that I can smell it.
Right.
Smells like roses. So I really detoxify my mind. So my body, I make good healthy choices. And I can be with my family, my 4 children, my 4 grandchildren, my sexy husband. And I can be with everybody, including my brother Ellie Tom.
That's
I
awesome.
can be here for a long time. And I can be happy in my mind, and I can be healthy in my body. And when those things are working well together, my consciousness expands where I don't really, I don't need the food sometime, I don't need the water sometime, I'll just be here with you sometime.
That's powerful.
Whatever, it's just all flexible and free and easy. I don't need anything.
Because the source that's in us is pure potentiality, and it's the one that nourishes us.
Absolutely.
That's the pure nourishment.
Absolutely.
This is it. Detoxify.
Detoxify.